Thank you so much for staying with us on TVC Breakfast. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on Nigerian newspapers. I have joining me here in the studio journalist Darudo Focus and lecturer, University of Lagos, Dr. Dan Akira. Gentlemen, welcome to TVC Breakfast. Good to see you both. We have about 14 newspapers here with us. Let's check them out right away, beginning with The Guardian. Says 2023, that's the big story there. Obi quits the PDP, eyes Labour NNPC tickets. PDP Northern leaders look to the North Central for candidate, insisted consensus is a pathway to stability. There are also reports on The Guardian about a legal move to stop the PDP presidential primary. Well, that appears to have failed, according to The Guardian. On The Punch this morning, shock as Peter Obi dumps the PDP protests mar governorship primaries, Obi Kwakwansoto coalition, Niger primary shifted, and a host of other riders there in on the front page of The Punch. Let's go to the Nigerian Tribune. Why Obi dumped the PDP? It leads with Labour Party, 3 others being considered as next destination. 48 hours to PDP primaries. Northern elders push for compromise. Makinde, Uba, Ikone, Oberevore, Kashim, and others emerge. PDP governor, of course, including Jando here in Lagos. On Daily Sun, 2023 is still the crux for it. Anxiety crisis rock PDP. Peter Obi pulls out of presidential primary, alleges gang up, dumps party. Nigerian News Direct is also towing a similar line, saying mass defection in the PDP over Peter Obi's withdrawal. This Nigeria is next. PDP governorship primaries. The winners, it says, new flag bearers emerge in Rivers, Delta, Akwa Ibom, Jigawa, and others, while Fintiri, Makinde, other governors pick second-term tickets. PDP governorship primaries is also the main subject on Daily Trust, our next paper to look at. Lamido's son, Uba, Bade, Jagari, others pick tickets. The next to look at is The Nation. Outgoing governors' men pick PDP tickets in states. Okowa's choice beats Ibori's anointed in Delta. Makinde triumphs in Oyo, while Ekuremadu, Abaribe, Luke, Maku quit before shadow election, while Wike's pick, Fubara, wins, and presidential aspirant Bala Mohammed's name on the ballot. That's for The Nation. Now to leadership. Amid protest, withdrawal, PDP picks governorship candidates, APC aspirants face delegates today. Of course, that also promises to be exciting, just like Wednesday was for the PDP. To the blueprint now, presidential ticket, why APC will not opt for consensus now. That's according to the APC's national chairman, Adamu, and according to the blueprint there. On the Vanguard, the presidency, it says Jonathan still in the race, puts APC screening on hold. Ex-president's emergence as consensus candidate said to be gaining momentum. North prefers him to other APC contenders. That's according to a source in the former president's camp. And Bayelsa APC chairman to consult, register to confirm Jonathan's membership. On First News this morning, it's leading with an update on Southeast killings, with President Buhari talking tough as Soludo declares curfew in Anambra State. To Daily Times, still on the Southeast killings, President Buhari is also quoted there with a directive to the ESN. According to the Daily Times, expect tough response from security forces. Finally, at this time, national economy, leading with a report that Nigeria needs right policies and people to build strong economy. This admonition is from economic experts. Gentlemen, that's how the papers, or these papers, are leading with, beginning with the withdrawal of Mr. Peter Obi from the presidential race. Darudo Focus, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I sympathize with PDP. I sympathize greatly with PDP because the exit of Obi from the party in the Southeast, irrespective of what people say, is a big blow to the party. The Southeast is one zone the PDP can close its eye and expect to do well. But the Southeast is also one zone where the agitation for power rotation is very, very rife. Peter Obi is one man who has kept the people's hope alive with his utterances as far as zoning and power rotation is concerned. It is therefore natural for people to see in him one PDP man who would fight for power shift in the Southeast till the very end. So much so that he came out to say he would not accept to be vice presidential candidate to anybody. It is either you give the party ticket to my zone, my people, or nothing. So he has fought on, he has carried on, so with so much commitment that the people see, yeah, we have somebody in PDP. Remove Peter Obi from the mix in the PDP Southeast contest and the contest for the presidential ticket. What you find, with due respect, are people who not many people think can make much impact in the contest for the ticket, even within the party. Not to begin to talk of winning election outside the party. So his exit is a sign, a clear sign to the Southeast that PDP as a party does not intend to abide by its own rules and allow for rotation.
All right.
The party made it clear that we want to win election. We don't want to be carried away about the sentiments of zoning and what have you. What we are interested in 2023 is to win election. Right. And they have a right to win election. So
right.
I sympathize with PDP and I await what will be Peter Obi's next political move.
Well, that said, Dr. Akira, what are your views on this? Do you share similar opinions? And, of course, the issue of as to why he may have left the PDP?
Yeah, I share the same opinion. Why he left is what I don't know, really. But from the feelers we are getting, you know, it's about the way the game itself is being played in the party. And there seems not to be any chance that, in fact, it has been made clear that zoning is not in the equation. And even if they were to zone, the last president from PDP was actually from the South. You know, so I don't expect that PDP would have zoned it to the South, except they are saying maybe they will say for one term, which would have been difficult. So leaving it open for me was just the best option for them. But the case of Peter Obi is a huge blow to the PDP. Very huge blow, because whether or not he is what he's presenting, at least he's been able to convince so many people with his utterances that he has something to offer. And chances are that there are some records that will show equally that he actually has something, you know, to offer.
So anywhere he goes to, he will definitely be an asset.
He should be. He should be. But whether we will be able to make the kind of impact, because don't forget that parties equally work with structures. Which party is that one that is going to enter and will be able to build such structures, you know, just within a few months and the rest is win election? It's worrisome, really. Even with PDP that has been in power with all its assets and what have you in terms of political assets, there is still a huge challenge for them to get it. You know, so for me, I think the PDP has not played the game well to have allowed this kind of a mishap to happen to them. You know, so for me, I think that the game is getting more interesting. Let's see the next move Peter Obi is going to make.
All right. There are speculations, like we have heard, as to where his next move would be. There is Labour Party said to be among his considerations, as well as the new NNPC. But then you also said that the NNPP, rather, thanks. But then you also said that he doesn't want you don't see him becoming a vice presidential candidate.
That is said.
Right.
At least not in PDP.
Elsewhere?
Elsewhere, the decision will be his, because his claims and that of many Southeasterners is the fact that the Southeast has served, has been loyal, has been dedicated to the PDP as a party. Take a look until recently. This is a zone that will give all its governors to that party, all its senators. So much so that when the party lost power in 2015, and there was need to spread out the offices, they could not find a man outside PDP in the southeast to take certain positions. Such sacrifices by a zone to a party, if it is not rewarded and they are saying, look, we are feeling betrayed, it is justified. For Obi, going to another party, if he still wants to, if he is going to call me, assuming he will pick his phone and call me and say,
for your opinion,
what is your opinion, Daddy? I'll tell him, go to your house and be the president of your family. That's what I'll tell him. He has paid his dues, he has tried his best. But if Obi goes to another party, let us look at the permutations. Becomes the presidential candidate, like Doctor said. How does that translate to victory in the general election?
In reality,
which party? Labour Party. Where are the structures? NNPP. Will Kwakwanso cede the presidential ticket to him? Just like that? When he's busy building the structures?
And the clamor for the Igbo presidency.
Well, if not even APC, the ruling party, had agreed to zone to the south.
East, right.
That's APC has a northerner in office for almost 8 years now. That party has not zoned the presidency to the south. So that tells you that it is either we are gradually getting tired of zoning as a country, or the intrigues this time are such that we can no longer continue to conveniently tell our politicians to respect zoning.
Okay,
so
all right.
It's either of these two, and whichever way it is, I don't see Obi going to any party now and performing any miracle in the general election.
Dr. Akira, what do you think, even as we draw the curtain on this subject?
I think the picture is getting clearer, that the PDP, as far as the Southeast is concerned, they have no place there.
Yes, but do you see him? Do you see him emerging as the presidential, flag bearer of any party he could?
But how consequential is that? That is the issue. Even if he emerges the presidential candidate of Labour, NNPP, in fact, as a matter of fact, NNPP, at the time you ask people, they will be asking, is it a street or a tree or what? So many people don't know it, whether educated or not. I'm not talking about just local people. Both is educated. How many parties do we really know in Nigeria? So it's a huge challenge, because that name matters, the name that people are familiar with. A lot of people don't even think, they don't imagine what you are made of. All they want to know is this one known to us?
But it's also been said that the people in the party also carry weight somehow.
Exactly, you can say that
against the name itself.
Who are the people? That's the question. Who are those people who have that name? Is it Kwankwaso or what? Kwankwaso, come to the south and talk about Kwankwaso. Apart from us who are talking in Lagos, go to the interior, whether anybody knows the name. Like so, you see, don't forget that the fact that Buhari has been a known name was one thing that helped the APC a lot in those local places. Because he was once the head of state, not just the head of state. His style of leadership then was something that people can connect with, that there was this kind of person, So, no, the person that is known matters. Peter Obi, yes, among the elites, you can hear so much, but go to the interior place. So, the best place for him to have flourished politically would have been a party that has got to the structures, like PDP. All right, but now leaving the PDP, going to any other party, I doubt if such impact will be significant.
Okay, gentlemen, let's also look at speculations as to the possibility or the wise of former President Jonathan, still said to be eyeing to become the flag bearer of the party of APC. Where do you see this all going?
That will also be vintage Nigeria. To be vintage Nigeria, if it happens that you will not be a member of a political party and you will emerge as the presidential candidate of that party after having contested, won, served as president of the platform of another party, contested again, lost, and you are not known to have decamped officially, to have decamped publicly. You are not known to have participated in the activities of this new political party. But days to its presidential convention, we were told that you have actually joined the party, even if you are to be given a waiver. The constitution of that party tells you when you can get waiver. We should not, open our eyes and watch things that will ridicule and embarrass all of us happen. What happens when somebody goes to court after he might have been elected and gets a judgment to say the process that produced him is illegal? We've seen that happen with governorship, Senate, and then he will have to vacate the presidency. Then a party that either did not contest or did not win will now become the president, vice president of our country.
Dr. Akira, please, make your brief take as we wrap up.
I think if truly Jonathan is in the race, then he must be a very wicked man. He must be a very wicked man.
Why do you say so?
Yes, because look at the circumstances surrounding a former president we are talking about. Coming in to say, Mieti Allah bought a form for him. Some might say a governor paid the money, not to actually me. Some might say whether it's the one who paid it. All those kind of surreptitious moves should not be associated with a man of his class. If the man wants to contest under whatever party, make it clear. And in any case, the fact that they are even having this kind of, hula baloo around his, whether he's contested or not, shows that the man has the same style he used the first time. He wasn't prepared. Now, if you are determined to be president, it should be an agenda that you have actually designed over a period of time. Not just waking up from one side of the bed and somebody say, come, we'll put you there and you agree. It shows you are wicked.
All right, we will see how it all pans out. Dr. Akira and Darudo Focus, thank you so much for your contributions on the program.